The Defense Intelligence Agency is the main foreign military espionage organization of the United States, operating under the jurisdiction of the Department of Defense. Established in 1961 under President John F. Kennedy by the Defense Secretary Robert McNamara, DIA has been at the forefront of U.S. intelligence efforts throughout the Cold War and rapidly expanded both in size and scope since the September 11th attacks. Due to the sensitive nature of its work, the spy organization has been embroiled in numerous controversies, including those related to its intelligence gathering activities, its role in enhanced interrogations, read torture, as well as attempts to expand its activities on U.S. soil. Now, according to Yuri Bezmenov, a former high-ranking KGB officer who was a master at subversion and psychological operations, he claims that 85% of military espionage is purely psychological, usually using various forms of propaganda. So now that we know that the DIA is basically the Department of Defense's psychological subversion and intelligence arm, it makes a lot more sense why they financed this report. But ignoring the chilling sentiments of knowing that the military is specifically interested in ways to indoctrinate and brainwash the public with games, which I'm sure has nothing to do with the fact that they just repealed the laws which banned using propaganda on domestic turf, read you and me, well, ignoring that, we have a guy that was on the committee to write the report, claiming that the Electronics Arts vice president told him in 2005 that he was scared of getting sued by shareholders if he made games which weren't aimed at being fun. So now it makes sense why there might have been a coordinated effort to kill the gamer identity. Apparently, serious games in North America can never really take off the ground while the current cultural attitudes remain in place because the major studios are scared of retribution from hardcore gamers and investors in the current climate. Well, this is all according to the expert committee hired by the National Academies anyway. But why would these journalists that wrote the Gamers Are Dead articles really care if serious games actually take hold or not? Well, for one, these journalists want validation in a career that's been largely looked down upon. As the saying goes, game journalists get the same pay as a movie critic, but none of the respect. These egomaniacs surely had a vested interest to change that. But it's also not outrageous to entertain the idea that these journalists were informed of the propaganda qualities of serious games, and if that were the case, they could have seen their Gamers Are Dead articles as essentially voting in bloc as a form of political activism in order to enact change. Now, considering that I uncovered a video from 2006 where two of the Vox Media and Polygon founders gave a speech to Microsoft Research wherein they teach Microsoft the wonders of internet propaganda, it's not hard to believe that these guys might have been useful idiots who believed that they were just being good little radical leftists. However, I wouldn't give Chris Plante, who was a co-founder of Polygon,